Hey.
And welcome back to this week's episode where I, your humble and brilliant Dungeon Master James, take these 6 intrepid adventurers through the land of Barovia, where they attempt to break the curse upon the land.
You
The
can't be
curse of
humble and
Strahd.
then call yourself brilliant in the same
I
sentence.
know.
I can do what I like, I'm the Dungeon Master. Welcome to Cursebreakers.
All this power has gone to his head.
Episode 32, and for that we will start with Steph for introductions,
Hi, I'm Steph and I play Porky the Barbarian.
and then Kirsty,
Hello, I'm Kirsty. I play Raven the Rogue.
and then continuing the ladies will go to Cam.
Cheers. Hi, I'm Cameron. I play Cade, a smart paladin.
And then Jamie.
Hello, I'm Jamie, and for now, I'm playing Elias Vernon the Bard.
He's got no hopes. And Chris.
Saving the best till last. I am playing Eos, the human life cleric.
I am saving the best to laugh tank.
Hi, I'm Hank. I play Hellweir, the fighter rogue.
Right, so
And flowing.
welcome to episode 32, but before we begin, we'll give that fancy little recap. So, last episode, the party found... Am I getting echo from anyone, or is that just me?
No, I just said fancy.
Found beneath the statue of Mariner a
Fair enough.
small sun symbol, seemingly missing a piece. Some sort of embedment, but in its place was the symbol of Mother Night. But before the party could look into this in too great detail, zombies rose up from the ground, their skin slithering and writhing. As the zombies fell to the party's blades, swarms of poisonous snakes emerged from them and attacked the party, proving a much more dangerous threat. Though I can't quite put my finger on why they were dangerous. Oh yes, because they managed to successfully bite off Raven's finger and almost one-shot Raven if it wasn't for uncanny dodge. After defeating these, Hellweir received a vision from Mother Night, inviting him and the group to her hut. When the party arrived at the hut, they indeed found the item they were looking for, an item called the Raven's Eye, but not our Raven, a different Raven, just to add to the confusion. A powerful gemstone, supposedly brought down by an angel or an angel in the shape of a raven. It's never quite clear in the mythology. This woman, naming herself Barbie Lizarga, had a small child with her that she named Strahd, but there didn't seem anything odd about that, apart from that the child seemed overly happy, despite being with a hag, and wasn't being put into an oven. Typical. But the Barbie Lizarga decided to make a deal with the party. She would grant them the Raven's Eye if they went and dealt with the hags at the windmill known as the Old Bone Grinder. Thus, they had supposedly stolen something from her, and while she could easily go get it back, she decided to send the party instead because, she's lazy. The party decided to sneak in, send Elias in as a scout disguised as a child, despite the fact that he's like 5'9". He managed to get in. The door was closed behind him. And that is pretty much where we ended, just as things were beginning to heat up. So I will go straight in, with the door being closed, and I believe Elias had communicated with the party. For for help and had been noticed, which is why things started. So let's start with some battle music. And you guys can hear the music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So we shall start off with possibly the most fitting, Elias's best buddy in the world, Hellweir.
Right, I'm going to use the Ring of Spell Storing to
Mhm.
cast Silence on the ground floor
Okay.
inside the hut.
And to use the Ring of Spell Storing as an action, I believe.
Yep, I believe so, yes. Unless someone can say otherwise.
It is, yeah.
It is,
Right,
yeah.
that's fine.
And
So,
Wait, are you casting a healing word?
Nope.
Okay.
Casting Silence, which... Where's my silence symbol gone?
Could hold another dose of silence.
well, we've got one on the ground floor as well as the top floor, or the first floor up.
Mm-hmm. So windmill is going to be silenced.
Yeah.
Cam, remember you can Divine
Yes.
Smite in silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
I'm gonna, because I'm just as I cast Silence, I'm gonna command the Hellhound to attack on its turn. Just as it sort
Okay.
of silence. I'm gonna run up to the door and try to open it.
Right. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Plus
I knew I
2.
should have used that. 25.
Yep, you're still going to take a bit of damage from this, as essentially, as you go to grab the handle, you manage to pull your hand away, but it still slices into a little bit, doing 6 points of damage.
Okay. The
What
door's
exactly?
open.
I completely missed that. What is the door doing?
Basically, as he grabbed hold of the handle of the door, like blade stuck out of the handle, but he managed to pull his hand away in time. So he's just taking half damage from it.
Is the door open or is it still shut at this point?
Well, you didn't manage to actually push down on the handle because you had to pull back, so you don't know
Right.
yet.
So then bonus action thieves tools to disarm the trap and open the door.
Okay, roll me that thieves tool check.
30.
Yes, you basically you disable the lock, the system. You basically, I'm gonna say, with that skill, you managed, and perhaps out of annoyance for the door attacking you, you literally managed to take off the locking mechanism, take off the hinges, and just slide the door off to the side entirely.
And I will send my echo inside when it will let me. There, didn't mean to put it over there. Everything's laggy like hell today. It's not moving properly.
No, that's because you can't move through
Oh,
walls.
okay.
You
Can
go
you
through
move
the
the?
actual wall, the door.
Sorry, Jim, could you stick it there for us then?
You can move them through the door.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
so I can. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'll bring that. Can I do anything else? Nope. So that'll be my turn. Oh no, sorry. I'll move in because it's open. Oh, through the bloody door. I'll move in when I can get this to walk through the bloody skirt.
Just drag it. Just
oh, it's because,
I was.
the door's dynamic lighting's still there, so you're not actually able to go through it.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. And I'm gonna go sort of. So I did 5, 10, 15, 20, and I'll get up into this back corner.
Okay. Right, so So that brings to your Hellhound, who will, as ordered, go
Yep.
into the room and
So,
attempt to
Then
bite
15.
the witch, I guess. Like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, because I can't really get over to here without moving through her. So yeah, I'll have to stick it there and bite.
Okay, roll that bite attack, and you will have advantage because pack
Yep.
tactics. Does hit. Let me have a look because I'm not. Wow. She is resistant to all that damage.
Wow.
That's 15 halved 8 damage. Even the burns from the fire don't seem to affect her quite as much.
Oh, great. Okay then.
Okay.
Yeah, my turn and the Hellhound's turn.
Right, so. I'm just having to make a slight calculation as to. Okay, Elias.
So, with all this distraction going on, she's got a Hellhound on one side, Hellweir on the other, Shadow Hellweir right in front of her. And I'm going to get out of this silence anyway. I'm going to use my action to attempt to pickpocket her.
Okay.
So I'll sleight of hand.
Yep.
13?
Okay,
So-
let's have a look. What is your passive perception? No, she
Probably
notices
high.
that, and you're not able to
Yeah,
get
I'm
into her
popping
pocket.
out. 5, 15, 20. I'll just call it there. Out of the silence.
Okay. Right, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. It's fine. Right, now this witch is going to knock 3 times on the barrel that your echo is standing basically in the same square as.
Right.
Makes no sound.
Mm-hmm. But nothing. The top of the barrel begins to shake slightly,
Okay.
but you're not sure what she's done. Then, and
It's a mimic.
what else can she do? I think if she has anything as a bonus action. Nope. And that is her turn. Brings it to Raven.
Getting rather crowded in there.
Oh, actually, sorry. Tell her before we get to your turn, sorry. Completely forgot this happened at the end of her. At the end of her, something emerges from the barrel, knocking your echo aside, revealing
What the
this.
hell is that?
Lovely.
It's Alf.
It's Alf and his nose is melted
Yeah.
and his hair is gone.
Ah. It's Alf after too long on the drugs, you know, no business.
Yeah.
Who's Elf?
Celebrity. Another one down the drain.
Never
Elf?
heard of
Who's Elf?
Alf. ALF.
Alf,
You know who Alf is?
Oh, from Elf.
Yeah, the
Alf
19.
Yeah.
from Alf. No kidding.
Oh,
No.
I tried to block this out of my memory.
I'm going to send it to you. Don't worry.
No, I've already seen it. I don't want to look at it anymore. I don't want to know that that thing exists.
Enjoy.
I guess it has its own initiative because it doesn't say otherwise.
Delete it.
So...
Never. Never.
And
It's a dretch.
does actually end up going. Wait, who's 10? Did it? How is Porky now ahead of Raven? What? I swear I said Raven's turn next.
Raven rolled a
slightly
7,
confused.
Porky rolled a 10, so I don't know what you did to the turn
Yeah.
order.
I don't know.
Oh, it's probably because obviously Porky gets advantage on her rolls. Originally, she rolled a 6 as the lowest. 10 was her highest.
That's probably it.
He does go first.
Okay, so this creature, after emerging, ooh. I just need to check if she's got a certain something. She does not. Okay. So it's going to turn and bite Hellwheel. It misses with its bite.
Yep.
So it
It's
swings
full
with its
teeth,
claws,
full out.
and it misses. Okay, it's now Porky's turn.
Okie dokie. Does it look like there are any other ways into this building when we were?
Not on this. No, not on this floor. That's
All right.
certain. There looks like there's windows on higher up floors, but nothing down on this floor that you can see.
Okie dokie. Squares are 5 feet, or?
Yeah, 5 feet on this.
Okay, cool. So,
And if they weren't, I'm making it so.
being
Make
very
it so.
crowded. So,
Could always head up the stairs.
I'm gonna come into the building, sort of gesture with my axe to witch or monster thing. To be like, which one do you guys want me to take care of first?
Which
She's literally just holding her axe, like pointing to each one. You know that scene in Sherlock Holmes? It's meat or potatoes.
Yeah, I'll gesture to the hag.
No problem.
It's sort of that one.
All right. Excuse me, Hellway Hound. I've got to come around to get into the building.
Technically, you can stand in Hellway mirrors, whatever it's called.
Um,
Yeah,
Yes,
it's technically not a corporeal.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm bonus action to rage. We're both on fire anyway now.
Just ride the hound.
Yeah.
Yep.
29.
Nice.
Nah.
That is a hit, and your attacks are magical, so do their full damage.
That's
I don't believe
14.
you rage it.
I
You're
raged.
raging?
Yes, I did say I was bonus action to rage.
Right, that's fine. I didn't hear you say that, so that's my bad.
I said it after my movement, but before my attack.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, makes sense. You went into the silence, it's why I didn't hear you.
25 on my second attack.
That is also a hit, but I'm just going to check that I have no counters or anything to it. No, I do not, so that hits.
And that's 18.
Or he just eats monsters for breakfast. Raven.
How many floors does this thing look like it has?
3 that you can tell.
Okay.
Not being
That's-
aware if there's a basement or an attic or anything.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, because it's quite a small space, I might try and scale the side of the building and try and see if I can see inside the windows at least, and see if how many others in total might be in there. We know that there's obviously going to be a couple more witches, but we don't
the windmill.
know if there's, of course, more creatures as well. So,
Doesn't
and yes, that's very tempting actually.
need for you to do that. But you could, so roll me an athletics check to try to climb. It will be athletics because there's no real way to acrobatically do this round here. You manage to
Oh,
climb
lucky,
up a
lucky,
bit.
lucky.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on. Do better. 15.
Climb up a bit and you start slipping down, but then you manage to basically accidentally hook your heel foot blade and just sort of jam it into the stone, allowing you to basically wedge in, keeping your grip to allow you to climb up.
Cool.
There. That's my
Spider
reasoning
raven,
for it. And I will
spider
drag you over to
I don't.
basically, because you're sort of hanging onto the ledge, so you're kind of like there. So you've used about, I'll say, because you don't have a climb speed, that's 20 foot of movement to get there, because you've climbed 10 feet.
Cool. Am I anywhere
Um,
near a window right now then?
Yes, you can. You should be able to see in through. If I just reposition you slightly, hopefully that will let you see
Nope.
into the building. Diamond. Oh, do the windows have shutters? They put dynamic lighting over the windows. Why? Second.
Maybe you can only see out of them. They don't expect people to climb the outside.
Maybe, but they can't. I'm guessing it's just a very, very dirty window, so you can't quite manage to actually see in much. But I'd say with the sort of movement of the shadows, you can see that there's at least one or two figures moving about on that floor, but you can't tell exactly what they are or where they are.
That's fine.
Right. Anything else on your turn? You've still got a bonus action, I believe.
Nope.
And
Nope.
Okay.
I will just cling to the wall.
Okay. Eos.
Alright. Well, the door's open now. Get on in. Okay, actually, I just forgot I've supposed to do something. Did you cast silence on the ground floor, you say?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to run down to here. Cast Spirit Guardian. No, wait. Silence is up. I'll cast Spiritual Weapon. And then I'll move back in to there. And I'll make my Spiritual Weapon appear inside. And once I move in, I'll have it attack this one, Morgantha. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think James is. James? No, I think
I
he's
think
got
we've
it.
lost James.
Yeah, his camera's gone completely still.
Well, looks like it's time for me to take over. We win. They die.
I don't do
Booyah.
much anyway, my turn. So, probably your turn, Cade. I didn't get anything done on my turn.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay, don't know what happened there. Okay, your spiritual weapon missed. Let's see what happens on your critical miss. Your spiritual weapon falls prone.
Gotcha. Cool.
It has to use half its movement to stand back up next time.
Understood.
Right, Cade.
What are you doing, sister? Stop tripping over the things. Oh,
Cool.
She can't hear
embarrassing
you.
yourself. Yeah, sorry.
Cool. I'm gonna
I'm
have
playing
the
a
same
tabletop.
mentality with Raven in this one. It's yucking busy in here. I can't move out. Thank you. There we go. There we go. So I'm gonna move straight on upstairs.
Okay.
20.
And I shall move you.
Yes, please. 25, 30. I see Hag. I smack Hag.
Hag gonna smack you first.
I'm gonna know
His Hag
you on
held
that. Know
action,
you. Nope.
But missed.
And yes. Hold on. Wait 1 moment. Okay, it's attack of opportunity. Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm going to smack. With Sunblade, activating it, of course.
Yep.
I have so many weapons, it's not even funny. 23 to
That
hit.
is a hit.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And smite, please.
Yeah, it's smite away. They're not undead.
That's all fine.
Just
Divine smite.
Yep.
Divine smite. That's the first strike.
Yep.
Second strike. Going in. We're muted up here, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leave that one au natural for 11 points.
Yep.
Cool. And that's my turn.
Okay. Let me just check something. Yeah, that's fine. Howard, we're back up to the top.
Okay. I'm going to swing at the hag with my scimitars.
Yep.
So, first one. I'm going to burn lucky for that, or a luck point.
Yep. That's still a no. Wait, flanking. Yeah,
Seven.
that's a hit.
Yep. So. Wow.
Yep.
Wow, both ones.
Offhand with the normal scimitar. I'm going to burn a Unleash Incarnation as well
Okay.
to attack again. That's a 17 with flanking.
That's a hit.
That's just straight 6. Wow.
Hellhound, who I'm guessing is just going to bite.
Yep. I was going to just point and get it to bite. That's a natural 20.
Yep. So I will roll on the critical hit table as well. Fortunately, it doesn't have a weapon, so that doesn't do anything. So that's
Otherwise, you can knock it
16.
up 20 feet away, so I can knock it into the wall.
Which won't do anything in this case. It's too close to the wall. And
Alright.
16 plus 13, 29. Halved is 15. Okay, not you. You. Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn. And the hell with.
Okay, so the hag in front of Cade. You're seriously not going to tell me if any. We set up these sheets so badly. I now have to look up what some of these spells do because they can use it, but yeah, they're all somatic, of course they are. Just gonna try to punch you in the face, I guess.
Okay. Nope.
Can't do much else.
Oh, silence.
Yep.
Elias.
How tall is this?
Each floor is about 15 feet. And there's 3 floors, and the top floor's a bit taller, so it's like 40 feet, something like that.
40 feet.
50 feet. 40, 50 feet, something like that.
I'm gonna run up to the second window then. Like straight up the building.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, like, how, what? Then I'm like, so you're going to go basically above the floor that Raven's on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a look what's through that window. Is anyone on that floor, or is it just...
Right. So, just going to check the dynamic lighting. Yep, you can't really tell because the window is dusty as hell on the inside, but you can't really see any movement, but you can hear what might be the sounds of voices, but you're not sure.
Can I pick lock? Well, not pick lock. Can I try and open the window?
It doesn't really have an opening, you'd have to break the window to do so.
Okay, I'll break the window.
Okay, roll me an attack roll.
Sure. Don't fail me now.
That's a... Well, with a rapier, you kind of jab a large hole in the window so you can have a proper look through, but that's not really
Well,
smashing out.
I'd be bashing it with the hilt.
Yeah, roll damage.
I'm not gonna... It's a rapier. It's not...
Yeah, you managed to break a big chunk of the window out, but it's quite a tight window frame, so it's going to be quite tricky to move through without damaging yourself on the glass, but you have the potential to use the rest of your turn to clean off the glass so that next turn you can move in there.
Sure. Do I see anything in there now as I'm cleaning off the window?
Let's reveal you to that room so that you can actually see into that room. Which always helps. You can see a rotten wooden closet, a heap of discarded clothing, a ladder that seems to climb upwards, and you can hear possibly the sound of children.
Okay, right, that's my turn.
Okay. Right. Let's... What will the other hag do? I wonder. Walk up to the paladin and try to punch him in the face.
Nada.
No.
Yep. Okay. Now... The hag is going to attempt to punch Hellware. Does a 15 hit you, Hellware? I don't think it does.
Disadvantage because of my guardians.
Okay,
Yeah,
a 10
it
doesn't
wouldn't
hit
hit
him.
anyway. I've got 16.
In which case, she will just sort of scowl, and then, even though it will damage her, I need a con save from everyone within 10 feet of the dredge.
Oh.
Including the hag.
That'd be a straight con check for the Hellhound, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
19 and 21 for me.
Everyone is fine as a poisonous fog, fetid and horrible. Basically, the to put it plainly, the Dretch just lets out a silent but deadly fart that has remained in a green gas cloud 10 feet around it and has not blown away.
Wow.
Is it flammable?
No.
Oh,
What?
Porky. And I need another con save at the beginning of your turn.
Another con save.
Yep. Because you are starting your turn in the fart cloud.
16.
Alright.
You're fine.
You've lived with dwarves.
But it does
you're
smell
fine.
awful.
Yeah, that just enrages me further. No manners. No manners at all. Still swinging at the hag. Because that's the one they told me to get. 28.
That's a hit.
11 points.
Yep.
And second attack. 12.
That is a miss.
Ugh. Okay, cool.
Right.
Um,
Anything else?
I'm just checking. I need to. Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Raven.
Mm. Elias tried to smash through this window earlier, didn't he?
No, that's-
No.
He
different
smashed
window.
through the one on the top floor.
Alright, okay.
He's on the other
Uh,
side of the windmill as well.
When you say that Cade came up here, so I would have seen.
You can see
him.
the bright glow from his sword, I would say.
So, that's Cade. Excellent.
Tally ho!
Then what I may do is I'll stick on my sunglasses before I head on in, and using my knife shoes and a little bit of swinging off the window ledge, I'll try and smash through this one.
Okay, roll me an attack roll.
You're literally making a Terminator entrance.
Yes, pretty much. An attack roll.
Yeah, just to see if you hit the window.
The Guardian needs initiative.
No, the Guardian
no,
can't do
he's-
anything.
No, I did say he's too
Oh
big.
my word!
You could. You can
Would you
make
like to lucky?
But they...
Yeah, it has spells stored in it, but they're healing. It's a healing spell.
I don't really want to waste this
Okay.
lucky.
Then you're outside the building.
So all I hear from behind the hags is just a ding on the window.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I tell you what, I'm gonna use it. That was rubbish, Raven. Come on. You can do better than that. 12.
Okay, that's enough. Because this window is a bit bigger, you manage to burst in, but you sort of slam into the stairs.
Bloody double glazed.
Triple glaze, more like. Like brushing bits of glass off him. I
So
guess
you've sort of slammed into the staircase. But I'm just removing the lighting so that you can actually see it. Stupid.
Thank you.
There we go.
I can see a crescent moon. Can I get in? Can't move in. Can move in.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sort of. Would you like to squeeze round upwards or squeeze round downwards?
Oh my god. There we go.
Yeah,
I crash into the stairs, you say. Where's the stairs?
the stairs were what was blocking this. That sort of shape here were the stairs.
Okay, well,
So
I
you
can't
crashed
see a
into
thing
them
then.
on that side because that. Yeah, so you've still got movement left, so you could move round to the left or right, depending. But you think you can see Cade upwards, if that helps.
And I can see a haggy thing there, and I'm okay. So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
this way round. I have got an
Yeah, it's
action.
kind of a tight squeeze due to all of the mechanical workings of the windmill.
Are the mechanical workings actually working?
Working, but slowly, and honestly, you're looking at them, you're worried they might fall apart at any moment.
Ooh, I'm not worried that they're gonna fall apart.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, I can't do it this time, but yeah.
Danger.
Anything else, or you just...
No, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I've used my action. Actually, bonus action.
Yep.
Because lucky isn't a bonus action. No. If that's the case, I will use my thingy. The thing that lets me basically aid someone. So assist someone.
I'm gonna have you roll a performance check, and Cade roll a insight check. Purely because you're doing this in silence, so you're having to do it purely by
I like that.
insight, so you understand what Raven's doing.
My insight's really good, by the way.
Right.
It's
so
like, yes, kill
so
them.
What you get from this is Raven seems to be telling you that
what?
to spin round in a circle and try to trip one of them up is what you think he said. He, not she.
She.
Okay.
What your king has commanded you to do is to do a Legend of Zelda spin
Pirouette.
slash to try and trip up this hag.
Do a triple salto.
So no, you will not get advantage on this attack, unfortunately.
Oh, you think that?
Because
Sorry.
so chaos.
Mute.
Spiritual weapon will take another swing. You can see it on the sheet. There it is. Jeez. 25. Okay. 9 points of force damage to Morgantha here.
Yep.
And I can finally move in. And I'll get around behind this dredge. And I'll flank it there.
And I need a con save from you.
Didn't I already roll one?
Yep, you rolled for one on the initial fart, but you have to roll one at the beginning of your turn. Oh, so close to a fail. There you pass.
Okay. I'm just like covering up with my own Tavard or something. And
I honestly think Cade, after he initially transformed, was probably smelt a little worse.
I'll take a swing with the Moon Touch Warhammer.
Yeah.
14.
That is a hit.
3 points of bludgeoning, and I think I added something to my weapon because of Divine Strike. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature, you can cause the attack to do an extra 1d8 radiant. Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
9 damage.
Cool. That's my go.
It looks at you and just sort of tilts its head like, what are you hurting me for? That's the sort of look it's giving you. Cade.
Awesome. So which one look? How do the two hags look?
The one in front of you looks like it's been beaten up a fair bit. The other one looks perfectly fine.
Cool, perfect. So I'm gonna use my channel divinity for Vow of the Emittee, giving myself an advantage on that creature. 1 minute.
1 minute.
And I will then kind of give a thumbs up to Raven, and I will attempt the spinny attack with my sunblade. On the one that I have advantage on. 28.
Ooh.
Yep, that's a hit.
Yep. So 9 points of radiant. And then going to go to the one on the left. Which is just a flat roll. Sunblade. Natural 20. Baby. Divine Smite.
Okay.
Live.
So that's going to be that plus that plus that. So
It's still standing, but I will see what else your critical hit does. Okay. You move to the top of the initiative order.
So it's my turn next.
Now your turn.
For once, Kate's on the top of the initiative.
Whoa.
Wow.
And let's just go again, baby. So attack on the left hand
Pretty
one
good.
with advantage.
What
25 to
result
hit.
was that?
Huh?
That's number
That was
one.
due to its critical hit.
Yeah, you rolled a 1 on the.
That's a 15 to the one on the left.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
And
For the
then
first time, your bad luck came in
I
handy.
need to actually take away that spell slot. There we go. And the second one, 15 to hit. Oh, sorry, 19. I'm done.
Yeah, that's the hit.
10 points damage. And why not another Divine Smite?
Jesus.
7 points damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Well, that's a lot of
Hell
damage.
yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Right.
Bonus action.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I thought your channel divinity was your bonus.
Yeah, on my last turn.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Let's go for. Oh no, I should have done it at the beginning of my turn. Never mind.
Right, hell yeah.
Just give thumbs up to Raven again.
Right. I'm going to drop my scimitars and pull out the sword of life stealing
Okay.
and just.
So you won't be able to get
Right.
sneak attack with this.
I know this is the downside, but we'll see what happens.
Ooh.
It's a hit.
So, 3. I don't. Yeah, 3. And you know, for my bonus action, I'm going to use fast hands to try and pickpocket this hag to see what she's got on her.
Okay.
That's a
Hand
20.
check. That is good enough. Roll me a D100. It's not necessarily good things in a hag's pocket, so you never know.
Oh, I cast
Yeah.
fireball on self.
What looks important? That's the question.
If this fails, I'm blaming you, Jamie, because you're the one who told me to do it.
Let me have a look at my.
I said if you've ever got a bonus action free, you might as well.
Second.
It's why you took thief.
It's a good point.
When you're ready to load other web page. No, you don't get that.
Really wasn't worth swapping to the life stealing.
Do you have any health to
Okay.
gain back?
You find a potion.
Mm-hmm.
It simply says on it, blade.
Says what on it? Glaive. Right.
You've got
He
to believe
doesn't.
in
It's
yourself.
only if he nat
That is
20s.
a crit, I get that.
Oh.
You have
I
no
just-
idea what this potion does because that is not a word you have ever heard of before.
Yeah, I'm just going to point at the hellhound to attack the hag,
Okay.
which I
The
should
hellhound will.
21.
Yep. This witch is looking particularly battered.
Okay.
And with that, this hag in front of you, Cade, disappears.
Okay. Did you get my message, by the way?
Yes,
Perfect.
and yes, it can.
Awesome. I'll just move that now because he would have done that. There we go. What?
Okay, Elias, your turn.
So, these ladders going up. Is it
Yep.
to a trap door or is it just not a pure opening?
Yes, to a trapdoor.
Does the sound of the children come from this room or?
It comes from in the closet.
Okay, I'll climb in
Okay.
and I'll. Does the closet have a lock on it or?
No, the closet's rotten. Honestly, you look at it and it falls apart a little bit more, as if it senses your gaze.
Okay, I'll attempt to open the closet then.
You open it and the closet falls apart, revealing 3 crates, 2 of which shake slightly. And you can hear the muffled sound of something from inside.
Are the crates locked?
You're not sure, but there is a crate on top of the other 2 crates, so you'd have to move it.
Okay, I will attempt to move the crate.
Okay, you can move the crate. It's just a crate.
Can I drop the crate out the window? No. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
sure.
No.
You drop it, it lands on the shield guard, and it instantly dies. It's one weakness was crates.
Yeah.
Who knew?
It had a spear of annihilation in it.
Yeah. Can I open the crate? I assume
Yes,
that crate was on top to stop these from opening.
yes. You open the crates to find 2 children bound and gagged inside. Gagged with an apple and
I-
seemingly covered in some sort of barbecue sauce, possibly.
I'm going to pull the children out and ungag them and tell them to be quiet. We're gonna get them out of here.
They immediately hug you, covering in barbecue sauce.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Is that my turn or can I?
Yes, pretty
Okay,
much. 'Cause
Okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say I'll chuck a rope down so they can try and climb out.
I don't know what's worse.
Their
know what
crates are also full of crumbs, as if the hag at that point had been fattening them up.
Jeez.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
I don't know what's worse. The fact that they've kidnapped children and they're going to eat them, or the choice of using barbecue sauce, because that's disgusting.
What sauce would you choose for human flesh?
Barbecue sauce is just revolting.
You have no sense of taste, sir.
Mate, there's
Take
a billion and
20
one other
inside.
tastes you could use. Barbecue is not one of them. It's a gimmick taste.
We're talking about children here. What is wrong with you guys?
I would have used like this.
And this hag in front of you also disappears, Cade.
Damn it!
Oh,
Let's
no,
use
I've
this
got to
little
have
bit.
something for this. Hold on. Bear with. Sit tight. Don't let the invisible hags bite. Shit!
You're
I
going
should
with
have hunters marked.
Could have gone
That's
with
what I
plum
was going to
sauces.
do. I'm just going to quickly see.
Is Hunter's Mark verbal?
Do it to the last one. Do it to the last one.
No, I think hunter's mark is verbal.
It's verbal.
Right. And surprise, surprise, the hag that you're all facing is also going to disappear.
We get attack of opportunities. They disappear by any chance? No.
Nope.
Nope.
I was afraid of this. We can't do anything.
Thank God we have a silence spell.
Do we see anything when they do this effect? They must have some sort of.
You see them put their hand in their pocket, and there is a slight shimmer to them before they seem to fade away into the
Okay.
background.
Okay, that's valuable information.
The dredge just sort of looks around, just like, good doggy. I hate to say, though you can't tell as it batters the dog with its fist, with its mouth actually.
Yeah, that hits.
And then it just sort of, sits there, just like enjoying the smell of its own fart, perhaps. Porky.
Okay, so hag is gone. She gone bye-bye.
Yep.
Why is the
Okay.
hag
Yep.
gone?
Why is the hag always gone?
That's annoying. I'm stuck under the hellway. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna move here. Then we'll take out this thing because it stinks. Ow.
And I will need a con save from you, Sarah.
Yep.
Actually, I should have had a con save from you. Your turn, Hellway, but I forgot.
15.
That is a hit.
That's the con save.
Oh, yep. It's probably going to be a hit anyway. And you need an 11 to hit it, unless you nat 1. You
24.
It's dead. I'm pretty sure, unless you roll super. Wow, you almost didn't kill it.
Damn.
And using the rest of my movement, can I make it up the stairs?
Yep.
Cool.
You've moved 5 feet, so 5. 10,
Yeah, I've got 35.
10. Yeah, you can get to a save there.
Cool. And I just see these two up here.
Yep.
Waves.
Like, she's come barreling up the stairs, an axe at the ready, and she's like, oh.
Raven.
Well, Witchy disappeared. And other Witchy disappeared. So he probably looked like he was cursing some kind of undercommon profanity and annoyance. But of course, nothing comes out of his mouth right now. Was that the only staircase? Or sorry, that was not me moving.
No,
that was
there's
literally.
a staircase here, the one that you almost bashed into.
I can't move in this space.
It's because the dynamic light in it's such a narrow thing, but I'll move you up to the next floor
Yeah,
if that's
'cause,
where you were aiming.
they're gone. So yeah, you'd run around to the next
Hey.
floor.
Yep.
Hello. Oh,
Yep, you
wow.
find Elias covered in barbecue sauce and children.
Ooh. Ooh.
Not necessarily in that. It doesn't help. By the way.
I won't complain. Whatever floats your boat. Right. Sure.
We were saving them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Raven means the barbecue sauce.
Oh. They were
What
covered
were
in
you
this-
implying?
You've ruined the clothes I gave you. Right. So there's really not much in this room. Just another ladder going up, I presume, and that's
Yep,
about it.
and there is a bed on one side which looks oddly lumpy.
Mm.
Oh no. Pull back the covers. Don't tell me this.
He uses the tip of his rapier to kind of poke the bed.
There are 6 pieces of cheap jewellery that jiggle about as you poke.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be a dead child.
There are a few bones as well, but... And I'll say the cheap jewellery has a certain macabre sort of appearance.
You say cheap. He's not interested in cheap.
Yeah, you
Uh,
estimate each piece maybe 25 gold at best.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not interested in cheap. But yeah, I'm guessing you pretty much scoured this room.
Pretty much.
Have you gone upstairs?
No, the children were coming from this room, but you're welcome to check. The trapdoor might be locked.
Okay. I don't know. I'm guessing I've got technically a little bit more movement.
Yeah, you've got a little bit more movement. You're probably only going to get about halfway up the ladder though, because this is the tallest room. So
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I'll just start climbing up the ladder.
okay, Aos.
Right. I have my spiritual weapon just swipe at the air from where she disappeared.
Nothing happens.
She didn't look like she went invisible, however. Did you see she put her hand in her pocket? She must have some sort of magical item that enables her to disappear like that. And if she has one, we can't take chances with the others. You know what you need to do.
You're still in the silence, aren't you?
Oh yeah, fuck this. Go up.
Fuck this bite.
I'll
Just sort of
just
just mouthing this.
Yeah, well, I'm mouthing it and gesturing to my own pocket, I guess. And yeah, that's all I can do. I'll go up the stairs.
She wants me to pickpocket her as well? Okay.
So,
Oh jeez. Okay, I'm gonna dash. I'm up the stairs.
Are we still in combat here? I'm so
Technically,
confused.
yes.
What's going on?
You have no idea. You don't even know they've left.
I don't.
They've all got invisible. You don't know what's happened.
So I get up to this floor. I'm like, where are the hags?
I don't know. You were dealing with them. I was saving
There
children.
was only one down there. The rest should have been up here. I look up. Is there any way to get even higher?
There's a
Yeah.
trapdoor which Raven's climbing the ladder towards.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, as you ran past Cage, you would have seen like blood on the floor and stuff, and his weapons are drawn, and he's in a combat stance.
It's an oddly like greenish purple color,
Yeah,
which I'm pretty sure can't actually exist. But
which is also probably coated on his weapon as well.
well, no, because your weapon's literally a lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
That's probably my go.
Yep. Cade.
So we're in a mill. In the center is there kind of like a trough?
Yeah, there's
where...
mechanisms and stuff. The trough was on the bottom floor.
Okay, did I notice it had anything in it?
Flour.
Perfect. So I'm gonna run downstairs, and I'm gonna get a handful of flour, and I'm just gonna spend my action coating literally all the way up
Okay.
here.
That's fine.
And I'm also going to tell the shield guardian, you see any footprints here, you smash.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll
So
also
that was
sprinkle some.
your turn.
Yeah.
Hellware.
Right, seeing what Cade's done with the flower, because I'm going to assume that's sort of somewhere around here. Or is it the next floor up?
Yeah, it's in this floor.
Right, I'm going to do this and just sort of grab a handful and just scatter it around this entire room, throwing it in the air, trying to see if anything moves, or...
This crate near the back moves, but it just sort of you hear. Well, you don't hear, but it shakes as if someone or something had lots of something that just sneezed.
That great.
Yeah.
By the way, I would have finished my turn about here.
Okay.
Right. With my, I'm going to pick my scimitars up, and bonus action, I'm going to unlock the chest if it's locked, or just open it.
It opens and loads of frogs jump out.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Right. Okay then.
Silent frogs.
Is there anything else in the crate at all?
No, just frogs.
Okay then. That's all I can really do. I'll
Yeah.
tell the hellhound to guard the door.
Okay, it does. So, which your
It pokes
gesture
its
will
head
take.
out. It gets a stone fist in its head. It's like.
Okay. Elias.
so I'm still turning to the kids. Like, what are your names? Where are you from?
Let's find out. I'm Freak. That's a terrible name, but it's the name. This is Myrtle.
Is it?
We're from
where-
Barovia.
And,
The town, not the country. Well, technically the country too, but you know what I mean.
is there anyone else here? Have you seen a little girl called Gertruda?
No.
No. What? No, you've not seen a little girl Gertruda, or no, you. There's no one else here.
No one else here, apart from the mean hags.
Well, apparently they're not here, but yeah. It seems the windmill is clear. Do you two want to head down while we continue searching? Go stand by a giant metal man. He'll keep you safe.
The kids shake their head. No, the hags could be anywhere. They can disappear and reappear. They're these little stones that are shaped like hearts.
Oh. Have you seen any more of those around here?
No, they keep them on them.
Damn it.
One time when one of them thought they'd lost it, the other two went into a fury. Wait.
Oh,
They just sort of look around and it's just like, Wait. They could still be watching us. One of them might have left their eye behind. They begin to look around wildly.
Kids are very observant.
Should we look for the
This
eye
one is-
then? Can I?
Yeah, I'll help Elias look there.
Yeah.
And remember, of course, that you were told to come here to find something.
Yeah, they've stolen.
Shall I do an investigation then?
Yeah, go for it.
With advantage because of Eos. 24. Thank you, Eos.
You find some bones. That's about
I'll
it.
just...
I don't
I call
find the eye.
shotgun.
Wait. These could be children's bones.
Shotgun.
Um,
I'm in the silence.
and you find a pie.
So they're not that observant then if the eye isn't about.
This could also be children.
Yeah. Oh, and also, hanging on the walls, there are gowns seemingly made of stitched flesh.
And
Okay,
that's
where
definitely children.
where did you see this eye?
I don't know. I just know they've got one they can take out.
Okay, carry on, Raven. Keep going.
Right,
Jeez.
it's Porky's turn, technically.
These helpful, non-helpful children.
Gave you
So obviously everyone's kind of gone up further.
the... Mm-hmm.
Nothing down here seems to be amiss.
There's a cabinet down here, but that's the only thing you can really see. And also the barrel the demon came out of. Which doesn't look big enough to have contained that demon, I will say.
That's downstairs though.
Oh yeah, you're downstairs.
I'm upstairs.
You're not up down. Yeah,
I'm on
no,
on the first floor.
Let's see. What do you see up there? You see pastries, a millstone, a blood-stained flour-caked apron,
Good God.
and some boiled apples.
But Baba Lasagna didn't tell us exactly what she wanted us to find,
No,
right?
all she said was that you would know it when you found it.
Her lasagna. They stole her lasagna.
I don't know, my brain wants to kind of
Her pasta
check
sheets.
all these pies, but
It's the children, isn't it? She wants the children.
Well, I've got a feeling we can look through the pies. It's going to end up like Sweeney Todd and we find a finger in it.
Oh wait.
yeah, I know, but yeah, like these hags have disappeared, so I think priority is keeping an eye on them. Not that they're around to keep an eye on, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna regroup with the party, so I'm just gonna head up the stairs where I saw them all go.
Okay, I will take you up to the top floor, which is smaller than the other floors, so there's not a lot of room with two children as well. You're kind of having to sit on the very lumpy.
Yeah.
I'll just sort of linger on the staircase then, just in case
Yeah,
anything
that-
starts coming
That's
up.
just so you're all there, sort of thing.
Yeah, so I'll sort of perch myself near the top so I can see what's going on up the stairs, but also down the stairs. And I'm just gonna
Yeah.
hold an action in case anything pops up.
Raven,
Right, well, I'll make my way
you're
up.
climbing.
Yeah, I'll make my way up the rest of the ladder. I won't open it, the trapdoor, just yet, but he'll kind of almost press his ear up against it and listen for a moment first.
I'm glad it's the rogue doing this. Roll me a dex save. Because evasion and such.
17.
Okay, let me just check how this spell works again.
Oh, dex saved today.
Oh, that'd be more.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
20.
Yep, that is fine and dandy.
It's literally the same roll as well. Just with the
I
added
just would have
bonus.
added the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a 20-foot radius sphere, which would hit all of the party up there. So I need dex save from the rest of you as well.
Ooh. Ooh.
This is going to be really bad for the children.
Don't you dare.
No, let me protect them. I'll use my shield to protect them. I can, yeah.
You don't have that feat, do you?
No, but I have the feat that allows me to negate all damage from a dexterity save spell.
You can use that to protect one of them.
Okay. I'll have
I
to
have
heal.
a shield.
I'll have to heal the other one back to life.
Right, so as Raven places their ear against this, it explodes with acid pouring down on all of you,
Oh no! No!
Oh, jeez.
doing only 10 damage, but wow. But unfortunately for one of the children,
Good God.
which child would you protect? The older one or the younger one?
Oh no!
Younger one, of course.
Right, so the young and as helpful as he could be boy dissolves in acid, his flesh eaten away.
Whoa, fuck.
Cure wounds. Cure
And it-
wounds.
Did my danger
And
sense do anything against this? I did
you
pop it in the
would,
chat, but
you would have advantage on it for yourself.
can I
so you-
sacrifice that advantage if it means diving over this child to protect them?
Unfortunately, that would only half the damage, which would still kill them.
It's fine. It's
What
fine.
about I take the other half and bring up my own shield? Good God.
No, that child's flesh has been eaten away, and the other child is traumatized, just staring.
No. The other child didn't see anything because it's covered. But it's okay. It's got 3 death
Good
saves. It's
God.
got 3 death saves.
No,
Just
it
use cure
doesn't.
wounds.
It
Cure
doesn't.
wounds.
It doesn't. It took twice its health in damage.
Does it? Did it actually? It only had
Yeah.
5 health.
Yep.
Oh God.
They're human children. They only have a little bit of HP. So yeah, Chaos, you can do
I
that on
think
your
that
turn.
is the meanest thing you have ever done.
You're in a house full of witches. What were you expecting?
No, I blame you.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
You won't let
You're a
us save them.
monster.
it's not the
you won't let
worst
us
thing
save
we've seen.
To be fair, we
I mean-
did try to tell them to go downstairs
We
and
did,
stay
yeah.
with the metal man. They didn't
Yeah.
listen.
And
'Cause
James,
they're disobedient little children. Let this be a moral lesson to all children. Do not disobey your
Does-
orders.
Revivify
Children
doesn't
should be
restore
watching
mis-
this anyway.
There's a life story
Revivify
from this.
doesn't
You
restore
listen to
missing
your
body
elders, or
parts.
you get splashed with acid.
I think skin would count as missing body parts.
You guys never seen Into the Woods.
Good
they don't
God!
listen.
Wow, you're not even going to let me revivify the poor thing.
Yeah, Revivify won't work in this case.
Holy crap! So
They were
Aeos is
eating
pulling out the
children. They were
diamonds.
gonna die anyway. It's fine.
Aeos is pulling out diamonds, trying her best. Like no,
Uh,
no.
no. Skin doesn't count as missing body parts.
Yes,
Because-
but
It's the largest organ of the body.
yeah, technically, it's basically dissolved all of their flesh. Revivify doesn't heal the body; it just brings you back from death.
Wow.
I
You not
don't-
revivify in lesser restoration to try and repair some of the skin
No.
damage.
No,
Not with
Ste-
that. You need to regenerate.
Steph is right. This is James's fault because he played the kids as not wanting to go downstairs.
That's true.
You should have been more persuasive.
Yeah,
To be
You
fair,
just told them
it was
go
either-
the
There's no roll involved.
It was either
Yeah,
the
there's no
trap or
roll.
it was
You,
us.
you could have tried to persuade them, but you didn't. You just accepted it.
No.
And Raven murdered a child.
I did not!
What's Porky going to say about that?
Hey, Porky's murdered a child too.
I didn't know it was a child. It was a werewolf that came
True.
at me.
But
Where a child is still a child.
To be fair,
It
Elias
didn't transform back into afterwards. Not my fault.
currently
Chaos.
looks like a child, so we all have a chance to also get on this list.
Chaos.
I saved a
Dude.
child.
I will say, hear a voice in your head. Looks like you couldn't save that one either.
What did the voice sound like? Something familiar?
Yeah, it did sound familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Oh, hold on. This is from the Amber Temple. Did it sound like something from the Amber Temple? Like the voice?
Roll me a history check, see if you remember.
Because someone was saying that you can't save everyone or something, and that they were offering me a power to bring back. Yeah, cool. Well, natural one.
Yeah, you're honestly at this moment, your
Probably in.
mind instead goes back to your days at like the Alchemist Guild, where perhaps you were trying some sort of healing potion to save a small puppy's life, but it just didn't succeed.
Jesus. Yeah, I think Eos is in absolute trauma as well. She's not trying to recall information. She's carrying the body downstairs. Just absolute heartbreak on her face as she's tried to cast this spell and it
And
failed.
you can blame Elias for this because he complained about it not being dark enough and with our pun names, so I've made it dark.
I definitely
Get
send the kid down with Eos now. Like,
yeah, the other kid follows, like,
well,
just like heard the explosion, seen like you've got flesh burnt off from the acid.
I mean,
the child goes
I completely
downstairs.
negated all damage. Yeah.
For the child because you use the action on the child. Normally you
Oh,
wouldn't be able
okay.
to use it for someone else.
Okay.
So you still took the damage, but I'll
What-
say you took half.
What was the damage? 10.
You took so you took 5.
Okay.
It's not
I'm
a
okay
huge
with that.
amount.
I'm gonna carry the body outside.
You cut
Isn't
out.
silence concentration?
Yeah.
Isn't silence concentration? So I need a con save. Technically. Which should be 10, I think, would be the DC. Yeah, you easily.
Yeah.
Right. Hellweir.
Yes. I'm gonna look around down here just to see if there's a trapdoor, any hidden areas, anything I can look in to try and find what this.
There is a cabinet.
Right. I will open the cabinet using my sword at the edge of my blade to just flick the door open.
In this cabinet are 3 small labels, 3 small bottles of elixir.
Yep.
Each of them labeled as such. The first is labeled youth, and it's a golden syrup.
Mm-hmm.
The second is labeled laughter, which is red. The third is labeled. Oh, this sounds so bad. Mother's milk.
I will just take all 3 of them.
Oh, I'm guessing mother's milk is what we're after.
Perhaps.
Is there anything else in there, or
No. There's various bottles, but nothing else.
like a false back to the cabinet or something stupid like that?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna point to the hellhound and sort of tap nose, and just get it to sort of smell around to see if it can smell anything, like where the hag could be.
I will say that's your turn to do that, but on its turn, it begins to sniff about, so you can roll me a perception check.
And I have advantage on that.
Yep.
Perception is... Well...
The hellhound points outside.
Mm-hmm.
And
shoot.
let me... I don't have access to... Okay. Just checking something, moment. Don't mind me. Sweet. Do I have a token for that? Yeah, I do. That pull on when I told it to. It done what I told it to. Really? No. Much bigger.
What the hell?
What?
Like, what the hell? Like,
You see
what we can
nothing.
see right now?
What can you see right now? I don't actually know where your vision is.
There's a dinosaur.
Oh crap!
There is a Triceratops outside, but none of you know what that is.
It's a giant 3-horned cow standing outside.
Nope, you're in silence.
No, I'm not. I actually stepped outside. I said that.
Oh,
I said I carried the body outside.
did you say it loud enough that we can hear it up like 2 floors high?
I wasn't standing in the silence, that's for sure.
So what I
I
would
just
say
get my token
is,
down there.
just before we continue, I'll say we'll take a break there, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, jeez.
And welcome back, where the party have just to save one child from an acid trap, but managed to save the other. And whilst battling the three hags, they have managed to seemingly escape, and now there is a dinosaur outside.
Great. Yeah, so I've shouted out to the others. There seems to be a 3-horned cow down here.
Yep. And the only one who can hear this would be, well, Porky, Elias, and Raven. And the child next to you, because the child went with you.
Yeah. Let's see.
Just bring on a child token for me. Just so you've got one.
3-horned.
Yeah. You could look out this window, though you'd have to dust it off.
Yeah.
Or any of the windows, really.
I'm gonna peer out the window because I don't believe a word she says.
Actually, it's technically Elias's turn to think about it, sorry. Yeah. But you can do that on your turn to think about it.
Yeah.
Though, to be honest, from where you are, you could probably gaze out the window. So you don't see anything from your angle. You'd have to sort of move over to nearer here because of how dirty the windows are.
So I'm gonna climb back out.
Yep. Just sort of start walking down the wall.
I'm gonna climb up the wall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can do. And I'm gonna cast Confusion on the giant Triceratops? Is it Triceratops?
You have no idea what it is. What is
Yeah,
the range of confusion?
It is 90 feet. And that is about the distance I'm getting.
Yep. So it will what save is it?
It is a where is it? Why is it not telling me? Wisdom.
Okay, I'm just checking something.
Unless this is some sort of innate ability, I assume this is going to be a polymorph, which means they become what they turn into.
Yep. So it is in fact confused.
Hell to the yeah.
Oh.
Just wanted to make sure I was out of any potential counterspell range. Yep. I don't trust casters.
Yes, I've noticed that you never let them do anything. Let's take all the fun out of it.
I'm sorry. Oh god. Won't even let you do anything with your Triceratops.
Right, that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do, really.
Okay.
No one's. I can't inspire anyone from this distance.
Confusion is a concentration spell, isn't it?
It is.
Music, by the way.
Oh yes, music would be appropriate. Let's have a look how this spell works. Ah yes, that has range. Right. Elias.
No.
Wisdom save.
No.
Oh boy.
No.
Fail.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Right.
On that. Please don't. No.
Right. So you are frightened.
Oh, I'm frightened.
And at the end of each of your turns before the spell ends, you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage as manifestations of your deepest fears attack you. Let's have some phantasmal killer fun.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And this little hag, because it seems that their base of operations has been taken, I take a step back so she's out of the silence fully. I need a dex save from Helwyr and Cade.
Oh, you're just out of my range.
Dex.
Dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Move on
And
to the Hellhound as well.
nope. Just out of the thing. And that is just a success for you, so how much damage does this spell do? I should know, it's one of my favourite spells.
Shatter.
Nope, that's a con save.
Lightning
As a
bolt.
lightning bolt tears
Yeah,
through the
hey.
building.
Fucking guessed it.
And I need a second dex save from you, Helwyr. In fact, yeah, just from you, Helwyr. You're the only one in range.
Right.
And your echo will just be destroyed by this. Because this isn't something that is targeting it, it's just a natural
I'm
effect.
gonna
It's not
use
like...
another luck to re-roll that. There we go.
Okay, so you'll take 12 damage, half, so 6, on top of the 16 from, I believe you made the dex save, yeah, from that,
Yep.
so that's 22. And I need 2 con saves from you.
Sorry, how much did I take off the second one? The first one, sorry?
Second one you took 6, and off the first one you took 16, so 22 damage in total. I need 2 con saves.
Right, give me 2 seconds, because I've got a...
Oh, and the mill's on fire.
2 con saves, yeah?
Yep, 2 con saves for you.
That's 1.
Okay. Yep, that's a success. And that's a success. Okay, your silence is maintained. But the mill is on fire. And basically what triggered that second damage is the flour that was still sort of piled up in that area igniting. Basically
Yeah.
causing a small explosion. So, and this hag is going to take a step and hide behind the Triceratops. Porky, you can...
I can what?
And you've just heard the crackle of a light. You can smell burning. You've just heard the crackle of a lightning bolt.
Sweet. I'm gonna look out the window.
Yep, you look out the window, you look down, you see 2 hags and a very large something with 3 horns. You don't think it's a cow, but you have no idea what it is.
It's totally a cow.
It's a green 3-horned cow.
Yep.
How far down is it?
From where you are, you're on top floor, 30 foot down.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not raging anymore because I didn't attack anything on my last turn, so that's gone. I blame it on the 3-horned cow turning up. She's now just very confused. The hag that I was fighting before, she down there?
Yeah, she appears to be the one hiding behind this large cow.
So she has cover, you're saying?
Yes. Yes. From the dinosaur.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Right. See, the fastest way to do this is to rage and just jump out the window. I survived a higher drop than this, so
Do it. Do it.
let's do it. I'm gonna use my bonus action to rage, and I'm
Yep.
jumping out the window. Axe swinging.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you take 1d6 slashing damage, basically as you jump through the glass, so it's cutting into you, but that's only 1 damage to you.
Yep, that's fine by me.
And then half of that as you slam onto
5.
the ground, axe at the ready. Yep.
Can I not use the momentum to attack?
You
As I
could.
land?
You could.
Because I'm specifically aiming.
Who are you aiming for again? Sorry.
Well, if she's behind the Triceratops, I've got to go through this thing first. Death to the cow.
Okay. Okay. Roll attack roll.
And let's face it, this is reckless. Just jumping out a window.
Yeah.
18.
That is a hit.
So that's 17.
Yep.
And second
I
attack.
believe. Is that? Sorry, just before you do, is polymorph concentration? I forget.
Yes.
It is, yes.
Wow. Okay. So, there's no longer a Triceratops.
Still
Worst
confused.
cow ever.
Still confused.
Yep, it turns into an old, scraggly woman.
Okay.
Still look as beaten up as
And
before?
I'm just going to drag you. Yeah, pretty much.
Who looks worse for wear? The one I was attacking previously or this one?
The one you were attacking previously for definite.
Sweet. I'm going to swing in her direction for my second attack then.
Okay, I have moved you down there, so you've come.
Yeah, I can see it. Reckless again. Ooh. Because 29.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And that is 10 points of damage.
Okay. Well, that's very disappointing, but that hag goes down.
Yes.
The other one, the one that was the Triceratops, because I attacked her first, the Guardians are centered on that one. So she gets advantage on her next attack against anybody.
Okay.
Except for me.
Raven, you can also smell smoke, and you've just seen Porky jump out of a window.
Nothing unusual there.
Covered in acid.
Well, he'll jump off the ladder that he's up. Goes back down on the floor, and he will probably follow suit and leap out the window, and of course has featherfall.
Yep, so you just sort of spread your wings, your arms, and they seem to form into wings as you glide down.
That is a reaction. Okay, it's not an action; it's a reaction.
You're fine. You've still got your action.
So yeah, he'll probably kind of he'll fall down beside Pete, and I can't move him. He's literally stuck on that bit. And then he will, I guess, go for an attack. Try something slightly different.
The war cry.
No, that was just me thinking.
Let's try something slightly different. Best walk forever.
Let's try this Thunder Tongue. He's not actually really used it yet.
Okay.
And he's rubbish at it.
You do have advantage on this because you're literally coming down from above, so I'll give you advantage.
15.
Unfortunately, that's still a miss. The hag sort of catches the blade like with its finger, and it just sort of goes You shouldn't leap off tall buildings with sharp, pointy objects. Someone could get hurt.
Yeah, you.
Oof. Got him.
Chaos. Unless you had anything else
Should
you
have
wanted
gone
to
down
do,
with the
Raven.
shoes first and just stomped her in the face.
Okay. Can you drag me onto the actual map? The right map, please. Just drag me down past this barrier.
Oh,
Because
yeah, I mean, I guess you would just be outside the zone because you wouldn't have time to teleport all
Yep.
over
there we go. Cool.
there, so you'd be like.
All right.
Actually, to be honest.
So my spiritual weapon's still down here, which I'll have go out the door. And it'll swoosh round and attack this one.
Okay. That's a
15.
miss.
Okay, cool.
That's a miss.
Let's see what else I can do. Yeah, see, I didn't prepare many other useful spells for this encounter. So, we're just going to fire a guiding bolt at her instead. Is it this one that's confused?
What? You didn't come through there.
Yeah, this one's confused.
Okay, what about this one?
That one is not confused.
That
Oh,
one's
okay.
concentrating on the spell.
I'm going to fire at this one then.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the
That is
confused one.
Actually, can they do that, or is? They're no longer a coven, so no, they can't. They will take that.
Oh, no longer a coven.
Because one of
Oh,
them's gone down, haven't they? So they
They
won't have
have.
that.
Very true. All right, take a third level guiding bolt. It's going to be 24 points of radiant damage.
By 24, that equals 22, unless my maths is off.
22,
That's 22.
yeah.
yeah, 22.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'll let my go.
Con save.
Yep, I'm just checking.
Come on. Come on. Oh,
Yep, they make the save.
All right. Okay, that's my go.
Cade.
Cool. So, seeing everyone run outside, I shall follow suit. See, woo, hags. We'll charge forward. Oh, sorry, Paul. Sorry. Sorry. There we go. And I'll attack this bottom one, which still has my thing up, which is very good.
Yep.
So that shall be something. You have the choice there, 22 or 22.
That's a hit.
13 points damage.
It takes the 13.
And second attack. Screw it with a divine smite as well.
Yep.
That's
Down
good.
the same one, sorry.
Yeah. An additional 16.
Okay.
2 more con saves.
No, done it on the bottom one, not the one that's.
Oh, did you out on the confused one?
And bonus action
Yep.
Hunter's Mark, which I should have done at the beginning, but Oh no, never
You're
mind.
still
Scratch that.
silent,
Scratch
mate.
that. I'm also in silence myself. So, sorry, I'm also out of first level spell slots. So never mind.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Oh, thinking about it actually. You also took 2 fire damage from the building being on fire whilst you're in there.
Oh, sweet.
At least going to do some damage to you guys. Hellware. So you're also going to take. You're going to take 3 fire damage, but then it's. Which means I
3.
technically need a con save.
Yep, that's fine. 2 seconds. Con save.
Fine.
Right. Seeing everyone run out, I'm gonna run out and again get the Hellhound to follow me and go.
Yep.
5 and 20. Can I get to here?
Should be able to, I think.
Bonus action. Manifest my echo because it was taken out, but I'll bring it over here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go all out on this one. So silvered scimitar on the one right in front of me.
Where actually are you? Because I can't see your token.
Under spiritual weapon.
Yeah, my spiritual guardian.
Under the spiritual weapon. Okay. Yeah.
That's 23 to hit.
That's it.
That's that. Yeah. Burn an unleash incarnation to attack this one through the echo.
Yep.
Come on.
22.
That hits.
It's 8. Bonus
Con
action.
save.
Yep, sorry, go on.
Fails the con save, so
Bonus action with the offhand. Oh no, sorry, I can't do that. That's right. Action surge.
yeah.
Going all out on this one. So that's screw it, burning my luck to re-roll. 24 to hit.
Yep.
10. And finally, my last unleash incarnation on the back one.
Yep.
13. That's gonna miss.
Then your hellhound.
And yeah, the Hellhound gets a chance to.
Probably, I'm just gonna say, get to there and just hit her, I guess.
Yeah, it's not worth doing that because I'll just bite the one right in front of me. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you'd rolled it.
No, but yours is fine. It's at this point, to be honest.
That's a nat 20 because of the advantage.
Oh yeah, pack
Yeah.
tactics.
Tactics, yeah.
15 plus 20, 35, half. 18. That one's still standing, but only just.
I choose. Actually, no, I won't choose that one. I'll ignore the bonus for that because I get it anyway.
Okay. D8. 3. It does nothing.
Yes.
Elias.
So, I'm going to run further down the building because I don't want to be set alight. And I'm going to pinpoint a sound wave between them, hitting both of them.
Okay. Save, right?
Is it compass? Dexterity.
Oh, they have advantage at least. Wow, Hag, you suck. Do you not have proficiency in dex saves? Really? Really? At least they take half damage anyway.
And they're knocked to the floor.
Yeah. And then the other one will make it save, because you're hitting both.
Yeah.
With advantage it fails, but it still takes half, and it's still standing, technically.
Well, not standing.
And I got my hags mixed up. God damn it. The one, I thought that one was that one. Ah. I'm just swapped their tabs round. This one is once again going to fade out of existence.
No!
Yep, ain't got nothing for that. That's why I said sleight of hand them
Yeah.
instead of stabbing them. Bonus action, fast hands.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear you say that, my bad.
And Porky, there's one down, you have advantage on it.
Kill it. Do it. You muted.
But that's a hit, and as you roll really badly, it's dead. It's dead.
19. Fucking
+2.
And with that,
Oh, I still have one more attack.
the battle is over.
That was max damage as well. Holy crap.
So the other one has seemingly left. Because it
Can I
was
just
on
not
the
hack at the
health
spot where it was?
You
Does it-
can, but nothing happens.
I'm gonna get the Hellhound to try and smell it out again.
It can't smell it.
No?
Nope. Because it's on a different plane of existence, my friend.
Fair enough.
We needed to get those stones off them. That was the number one priority.
Well, at least it's gone now, and it's no longer with its friends, so...
Have we got any way to put the fire on this windmill out?
Let it burn. This isn't a cursed place.
There could be things still in there that we need.
Actually, I don't run down. I run up to... Is there a window to the top section?
You're on the top section.
No, I mean up the section above the ladders.
You were. That's where you said you'd climbed up to the top.
Oh, yeah,
That's where I put you. You're on the.
Is there a window to there?
No, there's no. It's the top, literally the top of the windmill. You're open air.
Oh, so does the ladders look like they'd lead to there?
Yeah, that's where you can see the other end of the trapdoor, or what's left of it after the acid explosion.
And there's nothing up here, is there?
Just no, nothing that you can see.
I will drop the silence as well.
So does it look like it's worth investigating, or?
It just looks like a windmill.
Okay,
at
okay.
this point.
Okay, I'll come down then, because I just wanted to
Yeah.
check in case there's any extra children.
How badly on
moving
fire
your-
is the windmill?
Quite badly. It got hit by lightning.
Yeah.
And
Drop
it's
that.
full of flour. Which is,
That's a dust explosion then.
yeah, which is what damaged you.
I'm sure I researched this at one point. Didn't we? Did back in the hut.
Yep. So,
We said the child.
It's not flammable, unless it is dust in the air.
Regardless, the wood of the windmill is burning.
Yeah.
it
So-
was rocked and it was creaky. It wasn't very well maintained.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to remember, even if there wasn't flour in the air, literally Cade and Hellweir scattered it around the room and into the air. That was one of their turns, so
Yeah.
flower everywhere, man. Alright. So, what are you guys gonna do now?
I could do with a rest to try and regain some things. Personally. Short rest.
I could do with the same.
Need to get this
Also,
child back to Barovia.
we've also got those 4 potions that Eos needs to look at.
Probably the nearest town to where you are would probably be Valaki, rather than Barovia.
Yeah, but we need to get the child back.
Joel just goes, no.
Know what?
Go back to your
Don't
mother.
want to go back. No.
You cannot stay with us. You saw what... Well, you didn't see what happened. But it's too dangerous to stay with us.
My parents don't want me. They traded me to the hags.
Do you have any family anywhere else?
No.
We do have what's basically an orphanage now. In Valaki.
In Valaki?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
man-
Burgmaster.
We own
You
the
mean
Burg-
Crest?
In Kresk.
no, it's Valaki. We own the
Crest?
Burgomaster's house.
Oh yeah, you could technically, but you took the children to Kresk and got them there. You
No,
never
the
did anything
kiddie
like
from the
that.
graveyard, wasn't it?
Yeah, the kid and
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah,
The
that's
one
true.
who dug up the thingy bobby.
yeah,
Yep. So you
And we-
could head to Valaki if you wanted to.
yeah, and we allowed them to live in our mansion that we own in Valaki.
Correction,
Right.
Raven did.
My idea.
Back to Valaki then, I guess.
Right.
Safe
So
place to rest, technically, as well.
yeah, it's probably one of your safest places to rest.
True.
So I will say it takes you a little bit to get there. I'm going to just roll a couple of random encounters just to see if you get anything on the way, because it's possible. No. No. Definitely not. No, your journey is surprisingly safe, and you manage to arrive back in Valaki,
Yeah.
where you see a fresh advertisement on one of the signs. No fun, no Blinsky.
Seems business is booming again for him.
I need to actually get Valaki's map. Where's Valaki's map gone?
Question, didn't Blinsky need a metal man?
Yes.
It's not going to be the bloody Guardian, is it?
You
Could
could
be.
do one.
No, it was a clockwork man that he lost outside Castle Ravenloft.
Ah, right, okay then.
There it is. Couldn't find the map then.
I'm sure you wouldn't say no to a replacement one though. Giant shield guardian. Plus, here is where we're meeting Casimir and Yakin.
Is it?
Yeah, we sent them down to here,
To Valaki?
to Valaki. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright.
I think that's everyone. You do consider as a party that it might be wiser to keep the literal dog from hell and the giant mechanical machine probably not in the middle of a town. All things considered, but it's up to you. That's just something that would come to mind, I would say.
I've got to send Fluffy away. Oh, no, we didn't call him Fluffy, did we?
No.
Yeah,
What did we
maybe
call the Hellhound again?
At the moment, it's just At the moment, it's just the Hellweir Hound.
That's
Yeah,
got
Spicy
my name
Borka.
to it. Huh?
Maybe not.
Spicy Borka.
Spicy Borka.
Yeah, maybe not the Hellhound, but I'm pretty sure there's no arguments to a shield guardian helping the town that's got a lack of guards from being defended.
What if,
The few guards who are on the gate seem very apprehensive about it.
what if I put the Hellhound on a lead and collar?
Don't forget what you look like as well, Helma. Don't forget what you look like as well, Cade.
My face is covered up.
Yeah, but yeah, you do have a point. Cade is
Fine,
now
I'll go shave.
What
Cade,
about the wings?
The wings are hidden.
Hidden? How?
he can retract them.
Okay.
It's just Hellweir.
I've got a mask, I believe. I borrowed one from Raven at some point. I can't remember now.
Probably.
Or I'll just pull a hood over, like the cloak, the wolf pelt over my head.
So yeah. So what are we doing with
I
the
mean-
Hellhound?
I mean, you could just leave the Hellhound outside. It will obey your orders, so it can just sort of chill out there. You could keep the shield guardian out there as well. Nobody can technically do anything with it without the amulet.
I don't know. I still think there shouldn't be any issue with it, with a massive guard.
The guards are apprehensive about what essentially looks like a war machine coming into their city.
Come
They
on,
don't,
guys.
They don't know what it is. They've seen enough horrible
is-
stuff with magic. They don't trust it. They're not letting it in.
Just
This-
leave it outside. It's
this
not.
is
We don't need it inside.
Can I try and sort of fashion a lead and collar for the Hellhound?
As soon as they notice the Hellhound, they have drawn weapons and are aiming them.
Again, we don't need the Hellhound to acquire groceries. Just leave it outside. Fine.
I mean, you've also got the option of just camping outside. You don't have to go into town.
I will tell the Hellhound to sit and stay and behave yourself and less attack. Loud enough for the guards to hear this.
Right. Because you have to speak Infernal to do this, the guards are now very apprehensive about you as you literally exude sulphurous smoke upon saying this.
Shit, I forgot about that. And I will then say in common, I've told it to sit, stay, and do nothing unless attacked.
They sort of whisper
Obey
to each
my
other
orders.
and like, right, but as much as we trust who you look like, we are going to request confirmation from Her Holiness before we let you in. Just as a precaution, you never know what people might disguise themselves as.
We literally saved the town
Yes, but that
several
does.
times.
Yes, but we get that, but that doesn't mean that you're technically who you say you are, and one of you has just exuded sulphurous smoke and spoken in a language which sounds like, if anything, worse than most of the languages we've had anyone in this land speak.
Who
We
say
literally,
are.
we literally have nothing to hide. Just let them do their checking if it makes them feel.
I will say to them, fine, I agree that I will say, however, I've had a couple of injuries since I was last here. Just to forewarn you. Hence the cloak over my head, because I didn't want to
Yeah.
scare anyone.
Okay. So it's a little while later that the priestess returns and looks at you all and goes, "Ah,
Good to see you again.
yes, it is very good to see you. I apologize for the formalities, but after, well, those vampires got in before, and considering some of the things that have happened, we have to be careful. We've lost quite a lot of guards and such. We don't want to let just anyone in until we're sure.
But we've brought this child from the Hag's Windmill.
What? Oh, right. So the priestess will first simply cast Detect Evil and Good, which Aos you would at least recognize fairly well.
Mhm.
Nothing comes up that triggers on that. She tries a few other spells, but then
Would Detect Good and Evil not flag up Porky?
no, because none of Detect Evil and Good doesn't technically detect evil and good. It detects like Fae, undead,
Oh,
etc.
yep. Sorry, my bad.
She just sort of nods and goes, "They are clean, or as clean as can be expected considering this land. Allow them through, but I will say that for at least for the to stop panic occurring, I would ask both your machine and your dog to stay outside. Whilst I'm sure they are trustworthy, they are also to some quite terrifying, and we don't want to cause a panic unnecessarily."
That's fine. Just as long as he's not robbed when we get back.
Also, however, he's been told to defend himself if attacked, be it anyone.
That is understood. I will get a message passed amongst the guards so they are aware of this. But for now, I would suggest perhaps you go to the former burgomaster's mansion. It seems the best place. Room for you all and comfort and safety.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll
Cheers,
bend
mate.
down and scratch the hellhound behind the ears and yeah.
So you are able to take yourselves to the burgomaster's mansion, which is a separate map, but I really can't be bothered to get that out of the archive, and it's not really that important
It's
unless you want to.
fine.
So you're in the burgomaster's mansion. You are greeted by the gravedigger from before and his family, who have moved in basically. Him and they greet you and welcome you. They seem a bit shocked by some of your changes in appearance, such as Porky glowing slightly with flame, even though not raging, but there's still a little bit.
Did we send the rest of the remaining ravens here?
Yes, they would have gone to the tavern
Ah, they've gone to the top.
because
Okay.
that's where their family resides. So,
Well, yeah.
but now it is up to you what you wish to do. I mean, I would assume some sort of rest of some kind. It's taken you a fair bit to get here because it wasn't a short journey from the windmill.
Yeah. Guess
So this
we.
would be a time for a long rest if you wish.
Yeah, I could do with it.
Sure.
Guess we gotta go to Baba Yaga's. Baba Lasagna's.
Yes, that would be your next.
Yeah.
But I suppose before your long rest, Helweir would want to show those potions, wouldn't he?
Yes.
All right.
I will show them to Aos. I found these. This one I pulled out of the hag's pocket.
Yep.
Three were in a cabinet.
All right. I'll go about identifying each of them.
Okay, so you're using your alchemist kit for that, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay, roll me. I'll roll me for alchemist kits checks, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
I'll inspire you as well,
Okay.
Okay, you need it.
in case you need that.
Yeah. Doing well so far.
Gee,
I'll cast guidance on myself for the last one.
might not even need
Yep.
it.
And
There you go.
Okay.
so 18.
First, the potion marked Blave. Right.
Best one.
The next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this golden filter, you become unable to say anything to that creature which is not a deliberate and blatant lie. You also have advantage on saving throws against any spell or effect which compel you to speak the truth. These effects last for 1 hour.
True serum.
Wait.
No, it's a lie.
The
It
Princess
forces-
Bride, it teaches many things.
It teaches you to lie. It forces you to lie for an hour to the first person that you see.
Oh, it's opposite of a true serum.
Yep.
Oh.
Right.
Bizarre.
Very odd one, but you're not
Yeah.
sure why the hags would have that. You're also not quite sure how that works, but it's of an interesting chemical composition. You've worked out that's what it does for your test, but you're confused as to why anyone would possibly want that. Okay, so the first of the ones from the cupboard labeled youth is a golden syrup that magically makes the drinker appear younger and more attractive for 24 hours.
We could have used this to actually make Elias look like a child.
Yeah.
Maybe not the attractive part, but still, at
The
least
second-
younger.
The second elixir, labeled Laughter, is a non-magical red tea that infects the drinker with cackle fever.
Lovely.
So, and the third one.
Do you mean hideous laughter?
Nope, cackle fever. It's a disease in 5e.
All right. Okay.
I will share the handout to you.
It's in GM notes
What? What's the point of that?
because that's what the Roll20 modules do when you get them. There it is.
There you go.
Jesus, it's long.
The third elixir, the greenish milky liquid labeled Mother's Milk, is not taken from the creatures in one of the latest Star Wars films, but it's actually a dose of something called pale tincture.
Okay.
Which, again, I will share with you in a second.
I've got like a 26 on that one.
Yep, so I've shared with you what it does.
Okay.
It's a poison, and the poison cannot be healed
What?
until you have made 7 success. The damage from the poison cannot be healed until 7 successful saving throws have been made or the poison has been healed.
Is this really what she wanted? It's just a poison. Potent one, sure, but
I wonder who it's for.
well, that's my worry. Well, whoever she's going to use it on, it's not going to be enjoyable for the recipient. It's going to inflict a lot of pain. So, is everyone okay with giving her this? She's going to plan to use it. That's what I
But
thought.
we don't even know if this is what she wants to begin with.
It's the closest thing we found. It has to be.
We could have missed something in the windmill. In that case, it's in amongst the rubble that's now going to be there.
Did we grab everything off the hags?
You
We
didn't
didn't
grab
loot.
anything. You didn't loot the hags.
I forgot to.
Seems very unlikely that we wouldn't have.
You didn't. If you don't say, you didn't do it.
Okay, we go back and loot the hags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're welcome to do that, but
Look,
it
we
is
have it
fairly
on.
late. So you could do that the next day if you wanted to.
a dimension door to
Guys. We didn't have anything obvious on them anyway, regardless. Didn't you say you rooted through their pockets to get a hag? No, you didn't.
No.
I pickpocketed a potion off of one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, can I send the Hellhound to run and find the body
I've
and drag
got
him
a
back?
better idea than all of this. I'm just gonna do a sending spell, I think.
I mean, I could also fly over there and go and grab a
yeah.
body.
Look,
In the morning, I can send Baba Lysaga a message, and I can ask her if the mother's milk potion is exactly what she was after. But you can feel free to fly over there if you wish.
do it. Grab a hag's eye.
I mean, I can send the Hellhound to try and drag a body back.
Mm.
I mean, the leftover hag has probably turned up and cleared them out.
Probably. I can't believe we didn't loot it. Why? God damn it.
Well, that's
Because we're
normally your
idiots.
thing.
I was that's not your thing.
I didn't have anything obvious on them.
Yeah, they were wearing clothes made of skin other than that.
Yeah, like an apron and a. Like they weren't wielding weapons or anything. They used magic with weird components. I doubt they have anything useful for us. But
Well, I did steal a potion out of one of their pockets.
okay, well,
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to send a Hellhound to go and collect a body, if there's still any there.
I just imagine the Hellhound coming back just dragging a body. And the guards like
basically.
Okay, so you can head out, tell the Hellhound to do that. It heads off, but it's going to take a while.
Oh yeah, I'll tell the guards what I've done. And I go, it's a hag we've killed, it's going to bring the body back. There's a bit of, evidence and shit. Yeah, so don't kill the dog when it turns up, because, yeah, it won't like that. I don't know.
How long
And
did
yeah,
it take us to get back to town?
would have been a couple of hours.
It took a few hours because it was. Let me just look on the world map because you wouldn't have cut through the woods because that's dangerous.
and what's the time now?
It's probably fairly late at this point. It's going by the road. It is like 6 miles to get there, which is like a third of a day's travel.
Okay.
Just by the
So-
trail, or if it's a straight shot?
If you were going by a straight shot, it's about 2 miles.
2 miles?
As the bird flies, as they call it.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
I mean,
I could do that in a couple of hours. Sure.
Do it.
Yep.
Go
I
ahead.
have-
You can do it.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
it.
do it.
I'll pick up the Hellhound for protection. And
Well, the Hellhound's been ordered to head off already, so
Uh,
Yeah, it's
so,
already good.
yeah, so I'll just be like that. Is he gonna mind if I just kind of swoop by and pick him up?
He'll probably attack you because that's his orders to defend
Oh, yeah.
himself.
So avoid the head. Gotcha. Okay.
Meet. It will probably get there the similar sort of time. It's,
Well, I mean, he knows my face.
Oh my god.
but
Okay.
you're surprising it by grabbing it out of the air.
Okay, right. So I'll just kind of be like, all right, and I'll spread my wings and fly away, like a dragonfly. Yeah.
I mean, the Hellhound's got 50 foot of movement, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty damn quick.
Take me.
I'm off.
yeah. So you probably sneak out of town and then fly off rather than flying out of town. During the travel, you can probably get maybe 3-4 hours done.
Okay.
And then once you've got there, because you probably have a couple of hours before you want rest, like 2 hours before rest, and then maybe 2 more hours during the rest.
Cool. 2, 4, 8 hours.
Right. So I'm gonna say it will take Cade a little while because he's got to get there and search. Cade, you can roll me an investigation check for when you get there.
Investigation.
Yep.
I'm good at those because I have the Hellhound.
Okay.
With
And
advantage.
the first thing you notice when you get there is the body of a dead hellhound.
No, I picked up the Hellhound on the way there.
It would have attacked you. That was the discussion we just had, I believe.
Yeah, I would have kind of shown it's me and then pick it up.
It still would have attacked you. It doesn't care about who picks it up. It follows its orders. It was told if anyone comes near, attack.
It's
It will
fine.
follow that order.
It's fine. There's 2 bodies. You can bring one. It'll bring the other.
Well, no, it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
Oh, the Hellhound's
I
dead.
would know it's dead as well because it's
Yep.
technically
Yep.
summoned.
As you think it's probably almost there, you feel like a searing pain in the back of your head, almost like and you get the image of something being sliced in two, and then the connection to the Hellhound fades.
Oh boy.
Oh.
But okay, you don't
completely.
Yeah, so you just get the feeling of something being cut in half, and that's about it. And then you feel that connection's gone. Cade, actually, let's change these effects to windmill. So, at the windmill, other than the body of the dead hellhound, you do see footprints nearby, or hoof prints, should I say, suggesting that something on horseback was here.
Strahd's been here.
You're not sure it's Strahd, but something seems to have been here. The bodies of the hags are not there, but searching through the ruins of the windmill, which I'll say is burnt down at this point, roll me a D100.
36.
Okay. So let me get my random generator up. Okay, let's just add a layer aside from that I want to use in the future. You find, actually, this is
300,000 copper pieces.
you find a couple of, well, it seems that the barrel that the dretch came out of was not damaged. You're not sure how, but it seems that that took no damage.
The what that it came out of?
The barrel.
Right.
And at this point, I'm going to say that your divine sense sort of flares up automatically, because it makes sense that it would in this case. at this barrel. Looking into it, you can roll me an Arcana check with advantage. It's a barrel of blood that looks similar to the blood that came out of the demon as it died.
Means nothing to me.
And at this point, as you say that, time freezes for a moment for you. And it freezes as a raven flies into the room and then reshapes into a familiar figure to you. And just sort of taps the barrel and goes, I didn't want to interfere, but seeing you be so stupid, honestly, it's an insult to me, so I guess
kidding
I'll...
me? Not you as well. Everyone's been saying the same thing since I fucking got here.
Well, I'm allowed. You're meant to be not because I'm better than you, though I am, but because you're meant to be representing me. And you missing a barrel full of demon ichor, which can be used to bring forth demons, which you are basically kind of designed to kill, is... Honestly, it hurts my head a little.
Oh shit.
This, by my estimation, has, in the hands of the right person, has the ability to summon at least 8 more dretches, or possibly something worse.
Something worse?
Yes.
And does this thing need studying? Do you need to attune to it?
No, it's not that kind of thing. It's kind of a channel for casting. It can be used as a font for a scrying spell by people of a dark nature, but it can also be used to open up a portal to the abyss, which is where that dretch came from. Now, a dretch is a pitiful creature, barely worth counting. If I was going to rank it, it's probably an equal to like a skeleton, but others that could come out of it, well, imagine if I was to put 8 dretches together. I'm just going to check this before I confirm. You could perhaps bring forth something like a bar guest or a babao.
Fuck that.
Or a
So
dibbock.
what you're telling me is
What
that
I'm
it's a
telling
barrel
you,
of shit.
it's a barrel of... Well, it has its uses. I mean, someone could, if someone was feeling that way inclined, they could bring forth a succubus from this, but...
And very quickly, just in kind of out of games terms, because Cameron knows nothing of what you're on about.
Basically, this can be used to bring... This is basically...
As in like a spell focus, or is it like a legitimate...
It's almost like a material component for those who know what
Gotcha.
they're doing,
Okay.
to be able to basically tear open a gateway to the abyss. Seemingly, or not so much tear open a gateway to the abyss, but basically construct a demon out of the blood.
Okay. I'm gonna check my bag, see if I have any like oil or anything like that, and I'm gonna try and find a place to dump it and burn it.
Well, before you do that, considering who you just faced and what they do with it, I won't say that this is what that other hag wants, but it might be.
So it's not the mother's milk. Interesting.
Well, it might be. I'm not sure. But they did say you would know it when you saw it, and if I was of the things you have seen, this seems the more likely.
Very well.
Oh.
I can't exactly drag it all the way. How big is this barrel? Is it quite?
With your strength, I would say you can carry it, but it will halve your flight speed.
Okay. Perhaps I can hide it somewhere until we know for sure. Because if this is as powerful as you say it is, or in the hands of somebody who knows how to use it, perhaps hiding it might be my best advantage before we understand if this is what we're looking for.
That is certainly a worthwhile thing to do.
Very well. But I'll just kind of like pull out a map, I assume, that I'd have of the area.
Yeah.
And could I take a look at the world map?
Yes, you can.
Because
I'll drag you to the world. As you take the map out, this figure disappears.
Wait.
I think you can make your own decisions on this. I've given you more help than I should. If I give you any more, then what use are you?
Can you at least keep me company? Just on the rest of this journey? It's tough being away from a group, and it would be nice to hear how my brother's doing.
I can certainly... I suppose that's fair enough.
Thank you.
I will remain for... That's mean. 1 hour. Because unfortunately...
Wow, -1. You dig.
Unfortunately, being present in this portion of this place is a strain.
Wow.
I have far less influence here than I would elsewise.
Well, as much time as I can get, I would appreciate. And with that, he'll pick up the barrel. And as for where he is taking it, where was the hut, General?
What, the hut? Baba Lizarga's hut?
Yeah, Baba Lasagna. It was over here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, I want to take it to Solenka Pass. I'm taking a bit of a... Oh, in fact, that's going to be quite the detour. Pretty much I want to take it somewhere where it won't be able to be found. So either under a bridge, in a cave site, somewhere where the hags won't be able to track it.
From where you are, a good place that very few would likely to go would be the falls over here that you are aware of. Which you could probably hear.
Why can't I see that? Oh. That's a trek as well.
It's much closer than... It's only like 2 miles, whereas where you were suggesting...
Oh,
is like on
God,
the
yeah,
other side
okay, never mind, I'm all the way over here. Yep, okay, that makes sense. Cool, yeah, so I'll go to the falls. In fact, that works perfectly, because I was going to try and put it like either underneath a bridge or behind a waterfall.
Yeah, so... And you know that few are probably going to go there because that is the place where Strahd and the Mad Mage battled, so it's very unlikely anyone will go there.
That's
Do we know
probably
that?
fine.
Yes, because you were told that he fell over a waterfall as part of the battle, and there were no other waterfalls in the
Sorry, where are you? What are you taking? The barrel?
The barrel.
Yeah.
Don't we need to give that to Babalasanya?
Yeah, I know, but
Well,
I'm not
he
going.
doesn't know for certain.
Yeah.
To be
so-
honest, it's a less of a distance to fly to town.
I did say before he left that in the morning I was going to send a message.
Yeah, I know, but that's why he's hiding it. Because if it's not, then we have this stupidly incredible thing just kind of sat here.
Alright.
Where if it's hidden, then we can
Alright.
just either go and pick it up in the morning or whatever.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to go somewhere close, you could also pull it underneath the docks at the lake, because very few people are going to go there.
No, it's alright. The Falls is fine.
You're flying there, though.
That's alright. That's
You're delivering.
It's Kate's choice.
Right. I will say, though, is there anything else anyone wants to do? Because Cade would get there and he'd get back in probably enough time for a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh, just.
That's something I would like to do.
Okay.
So, whilst I'm reading this book over the next 8 hours, I kind of check in on the others and see what they're doing exactly. And I take notice of the fact that Porky hasn't even opened the cover of her book yet. And I'm gonna go over to them and say, Porky, you haven't started reading your book yet, have you?
We've
You
already
can read,
discussed
can't you?
this.
You can read, can't you?
No.
Oh.
I told
And
you
what-
that when you gave me the bloody thing.
I didn't give it to you. But
These are like general we.
so, do you want some help?
I don't really know what it does.
It's going to help you get stronger. I know that's going to be very odd sounding because you're just reading a book, but there are techniques and skills detailed in there. Perhaps proper lifting form and, the exact amount of reps for how long, the right, dieting. If you want, I can help. Or if you'd prefer, you can have Raven read it to you.
I guess it like Raven's more speed than strength.
It doesn't necessarily mean they have to know what they don't have to take the knowledge from it. They're only reading it so that you understand it.
She'll pull the book out and just sort of hand it over.
Well, where is Raven right now? Raven.
Honestly, I really don't know where he'd be.
You're in a mansion, so you could be anywhere. You could be in the library with the dogs, where you were last time.
That's very, very true. Yeah, he's gone back to play with the dogs.
Everyone's suddenly excited about the dogs.
Forgot about the
That's an excellent place to read anyway. The library makes sense. So,
Yeah, well, he's probably making a load of noise playing with the dogs.
Yep.
Raven, we have a.
Did somebody say dogs?
Conveniently, there is an actual exercise in this book on proper dog wrestling technique. Who
There
knew?
we go. See. I'll put the book down on the table and.
Porky
Say-
believes you're making that up.
It's very good exercise.
We need to help Porky here read their book, and as I'm currently busy reading through my own one, I thought perhaps you could help her.
I suppose.
It's going to be a long, tedious process. There's a lot of content in that thing. It's going to take at least 48 hours of reading.
Let me just get my reading glasses out.
I myself have been doing it in small stints each night. Managed to get 2 hours here, 4 hours there, etc.
I do understand the process of reading. Thank you, Eos.
I'm trying to explain it for Porky as well here. So you're not going to just get strong by, in one night. It's going to be a lengthy process. So
Porky's just kind of like looking at her muscles and just being like, okay, because I didn't already know that.
You've never read a book before. You don't know exactly how it works. You just know that it's
I
going
know
to
how exercise works though.
Sure. Also, I'm also explaining this mechanically for you guys out of game. God damn it. It's going to take 48 hours. Good luck, and I'm going to walk out the room. That's it.
48 hours like for a certain amount of time.
Not just in character. 48 hours over the course of 6 days. That's your time limit. Go.
But I haven't finished playing with the dogs yet.
So where are we?
You've probably, at this point while this conversation's going on, you've just managed to get back to the outskirts
Oh no,
of
I was
town.
joking.
Guess,
Quite worn out.
guess where I'm going, James?
Sorry. Other way around.
Going to Blinsky's.
Of course he is.
I'm going to see what new stock he has. I'm going to buy him out of that stock.
There is a sign on the door that says no Elias is allowed. No, there isn't. But there is a sign that says 1 purchase per customer.
Oh,
What?
you would.
Okay, what does he have?
Well, I need a proper good music for this.
You literally went to the toy shop and you didn't take Porky with you. I thought we were friends.
Porky's got reading to do.
I was told.
Stop!
You have
I will
homework.
go to the toy shop with Elias.
I was told by Eos not to disturb Porky.
I'll go with Eos.
That's
Mean.
not good enough.
But I
Teacher
brought
Rails
Hellway.
can come in.
I brought Hellway with me, so he could buy one for you. On my part.
I might buy it for myself, yeah? I don't know.
Shh. This is why I brought you along.
There you go, this seems improbable.
I'm sorry. Eos is very mean sometimes.
Shut up.
I gave up my snug to make a deal.
You still got the Irina doll.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I
that
gave
was
it to you.
When? I don't have that on my sheet.
Outside the werewolf den, because you were... It was while you were being uncursed by the werewolf curse.
Really?
Yeah, because he was
But, like,
injecting you, so I gave it you to keep you cheered up.
okay, I'll add that to my sheet. But, like, Irina is no snug.
No. But that was before the snug, I believe. Was
Yeah.
it?
No,
No?
because you got the snake in black here, and the werewolf is definitely after.
Oh.
Right, so let's have a look. What does he have? So, welcome, my friend. It has been such a long time.
What accent's this?
I don't
Best.
know. Let's see how long I can maintain it.
It sounds like a mix of like a northerner and really Jamaican almost.
Right. I have established a new policy since you were last here, simply because the products I am making are that much more high quality, and I want to share them with as many people as possible, because how can they have fun if they don't have Blinsky?
Jesus.
Now,
Okay.
what can I interest you in, my friends?
What do you got?
I have this recent edition, a hag figurine with authentic cackling sound.
Okay.
Clip it, somebody clip it, please.
I have this rather lovely skeletal cat puzzle. It's a 3-dimensional puzzle.
Ooh. Ooh.
I have this creepy clown doll.
Creepy cloud?
Would you like a balloon?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I want them all, but oh no.
I'll take the skeletal cat.
I have a book that it's kind of a new line of work I'm looking at. It's a book that defends itself if someone tries to read it without tickling it, it bites them.
I'm buying that.
I also have what else do I have?
Stop it. Get some help.
I have this chandelier that plays eerie music as it jingles.
Just got Tickle Me Dictionary in my head
And, of course, I have authentic Blinsky figures. They're quite popular. Everyone wants more Blinsky. It's like Blinsky, but more Blinsky.
So I know your sign says one per person, but what do I got to pay to buy two? You know you want them, your favorite customer.
He walks about you, a monkey on his shoulder, which has a pair of cymbals like that is clacking.
Oh yeah, the monkey.
And he seems to almost be looking straight through you and goes, You don't have anything I want. And money is not really that exciting for me at the moment. I'm making it head over tails. That's not the term I'm looking for, but it's the term I'm going for. So just one purchase, but I will allow you to put in a custom order should you wish. And we'll consider that a second purchase.
You get your rocking horse.
Wait, can he make magical items? Surely he can if he's making talking stuff and
No, unfortunately,
no.
until I get my figure,
Yeah,
I can't enchant them with magic, but I can put little mechanical features in them. The monkey just sort of turns to you, like its head just sort of turning, and then it just leans forward with its cymbals and just clangs them right in front of your face.
So you can make talking things.
Yes. But only like one line of vocals.
Do you remember the paladin in our group?
Hmm.
Can you
Oh,
make
yes.
Can you make me a doll of him that says I can't hit things?
Oh, yeah. That match would be quite easy. If it will probably take me a week or so, and we'll call it 10 gold pieces for that.
Okay. Best purchase ever.
10 gold pieces, he hears in his head.
Yeah.
It's at least worth 50.
And Yes.
Blinsky's got
and
rent to pay
what-
too, you know.
And what other things would you like?
The tickle book.
Okay, the tickle book. That will be 5 gold pieces.
Yeah. Explain again. You can't open it without tickling it.
Yes.
Okay. That'll
For
come to.
those, yeah. It has to be tickled, and he sort of indicates the book and tickles a certain spot. Right here. If you tickle it anywhere else, it will try to bite you. And it has advantage on attack rolls. It's an odd mechanism, but
It's
I
fine.
got it to work. And you, my dear boy, what would you like from Blinsky?
I will take the cat, the skeletal cat.
He hands you a puzzle box.
I'm trying to think what else he said because I want to try and get something for Porky as well.
That will be 4 gold pieces for the puzzle.
Yeah, I'll pay that. Unfortunately, a friend of ours wasn't able to be here. She's studying. Would it be possible to pick something up for her?
Now, is this the blonde one or the other one?
Charming, Blinsky. Real charming. I'm a good customer, and I am the other one.
Yeah.
Well, he's.
I will roll persuasion.
No, I'm just gonna go for it. Yes. Would that be Eos or Perky? Porky?
Porky, yeah.
Parky? I know it. I know
Parky.
it. Yes, that one. Yes, what do you think she would like?
So unfortunately, my chat kept jumping out. I heard there was the book, the chandelier, and the cat. What else was there?
The hag figurine that cackles. A Blinsky figure.
Was it Blinsky who made these Gromp and Snurg figures?
You're not sure.
I will pull out my Gromp figure that I have.
Yeah.
Did you make these?
No, I'm afraid that was my master. He made that.
Right.
You can tell it's less fun
Okay then.
and more functional.
Yes.
It has a little bit of magic in it.
It does.
Yes, it's obvious.
What does it do?
He takes it for a moment, tweaks the horn, and it shifts from a Gromp figure to a Were-Gromp figure, but seemingly magical.
That's amazing.
It's only minor magic, but it's quite useful. And then he tweaks the other tusk. It turns back to normal, and then just sort of lets out a bellow of, "I am the most loyal!"
Okay, that is amazing.
True, he is.
I will take the Blinsky figure.
Wait, this is for Porky.
Well,
Just sort of,
I don't know what Porky would want.
he backflips, which is surprising considering he's quite a chubby man,
Yep.
and grabs something off of a shelf, which he didn't even really see that the shelf was there, and comes back with a with a dwarf figure.
Okay.
Wait.
It doesn't look familiar to you,
Right.
but it looks interesting. It looks very well made.
I will take it because it's something Blinsky is suggesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with that will be 26 gold pieces.
I just have enough. I'm now completely out of gold.
I'll
Yep.
go halves.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go halves.
Actually, I've covered. I've still got 118 electrum.
I've still got 185 gold.
It's fine. I'll pay for this. You can buy me a drink, Elias. You owe me a few.
Sure. Sure.
And with that, are you heading back or are you going somewhere else?
No.
I'm gonna head back because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume I would know my hellhound's been killed because it's a
Yeah.
summon.
Yep, you felt it being sliced in half within your head.
God damn it!
And you
Okay.
hear a voice go, 5 left.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. I'll head back and go to find Porky.
Yeah. I'll sneaky find Porky.
Yep.
As Eos.
Right, so you find Porky. Eos is probably reading her book. Porky's doing exercises in the library. You can probably hear this because the footsteps are probably quite loud. It's Porky. They're not the quietest of people as they're doing various characters and stuff like a martial artist.
I'll just poke my head into the library and go, Porky, can I have a quick word?
Okay. Eos isn't in the room, is she?
Eos is too busy engrossed in their book to notice, I would say.
It'll be quick. You can go back to doing what you're doing.
They found a very interesting bit of their book which details precisely the exact way to identify a werewolf's footprints compared to a wolf's footprints.
I'm gonna pick up two really heavy, chunky books and just be weightlifting them as I go over to where to pretend I'm actually still continuing.
Yeah. Raven's busily wrestling dogs, I imagine.
Or just lying on the floor taking a nap with them.
Yeah. That's
So
fair.
he doesn't sleep, but you know.
Right, a meditative
Okay,
nap.
so I'll go into my bag and I'll pull out this dwarf figure and go, went to Blinsky's, was told he suggested this for you.
You went to Blinsky's without me.
You were reading.
More than that, you're instantly distracted by this dwarf figure. As it is a member of the clan you were raised by.
Yeah, he picked this up and said this is what you would want. So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna put the books down.
And I'll just hand it over.
I'm gonna look it over and just be like, you got this from the toy shop here?
Yes, Blinsky, the toy shop.
It's even got all the proper insignias and stuff to symbolize the clan. I don't know what the clan's called. Otherwise, I would.
Okay. It probably would have been the Brawn Anvil clan.
Yeah.
And they were smiths, so it's probably something like an anvil or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it means, or I was just told to get this for you.
And upon Porky taking it, I will say that it says in a familiar voice, I'm not going to say whose, it could be anyone's, it just says, "You call that forging? You've got to hit it harder. Show the brawn of the Brawn Anvil."
Right.
You're a disgrace.
She literally
Instant
breaks into a huge grin, and she's probably going to actually hug Hellware and probably lift him off his feet.
Well,
I love it.
okay,
Thank you.
I'll just... Before
Wow.
you do go, I have something else. And I will take out the Gromp figure,
Oh.
hand it out, and I'll twist the tusk like I was shown.
And it turns into a were version.
She's just super excited now by all these new toys.
And then twist
She
the other one.
literally turns into a giant child, and you've probably never seen her happier in her life.
Yeah.
And as it turns back, it goes, I am the most loyal.
And I'll go, it's been sat in my bag. I'm surprised it's not broken. But here you go, as you gave your one to the child.
I think Hellway just showed me up in gift giving.
It did.
Orky's gonna feel like really, really happy, and then she's gonna go, okay, I've got to give you something, hold on. And she's literally just gonna sort of run over to where her poncho has been like put to one side, and she's gonna start rummaging through it. And she's actually gonna pull out, hang on, bear with me 2 seconds. Because she kind of pulls out what looks like a sort of it looks like a normal bag.
Yep.
She's gonna come over and she's gonna hand it to you.
Okay. I'll pick it up and sort of look at Porky questioningly. What's this?
So try to pull something out of the bag.
Okay,
I can't remember, James, which color it was.
Oh god, it's that. I can't remember where you got it from to look it up either.
It's in the compendium if you search it.
I will say gray because it has a.
I would have, I'm not sure which one it was.
I'm going to say rust because rust is ringing a bell for some reason.
Okay, so yeah, roll a d8.
but you want me to roll a d8?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my chat keeps going really weird.
Yes.
Okay, a 4.
Okay, so as this manifests, it manifests into a goat.
Okay.
And Porky just goes, ta-da!
Oh my god.
What is going on?
And I will say, just before, because we will wrap up at this point, I think, but I will say that the Gromp figure looks to Porky and goes and asks a question. And it poses this as a question, but just says the word sentry, but clearly as a question.
Oh my god.
What do you do?
It's asking me as a question.
Yeah, it simply asks the word sentry.
I assume it's because it's loyal, it wants to go guarding and on sentry duty, so I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, it hops down out of your hand, assumes a position by the door, and just sort of glares at the door.
Wow.
And I will say that this will work essentially as a... I will say you'll need to roll a d6 at the beginning of each day to recharge this. I'm making this up off the top of my head, so and will essentially function as Mordenkainen's faithful hound, but not invisible.
Oh wow.
So it will alert, and it will simply... Actually, it's more like the alarm spell, I would say. It basically just alerts you if someone is nearby and will attempt to do an attack, but will only be able to do 1d4 damage.
Grump lives on.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, Hellway now has a bag of tricks.
You have a bag of tricks, rust-coloured.
Oh.
Okay. I'll write that down.
Yeah. I'm just checking how that works. Yeah. You can pull up to 3 fuzzy objects from the bag, and it can't be used again until dawn. And they're loyal to you, and they will last until dawn or reduce to 0 hit points.
Right.
It takes a bonus action to command them to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What colour?
Rust
Usually-
coloured was the one you got.
Rust.
So it can be a rat, an owl, a mastiff, a goat, a giant boar, a lion, or a brown bear.
Wow. Okay.
And that, my friends, is where we will end this session. Porky is perhaps a bit too distracted by her new toys to really be too bothered about her exercise or what Elias might have to say at the moment, I would say. No offense. You've got a book, she's got a dwarf figure from her clan, and a grump that can guard.
Well, it's also a gift, but yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking because of the time. So
yeah, it's fine. I'll do it next session. We'll just
So,
pick up
we'll wrap up there. Stick around, everyone, because the Last Resort Company is coming up next. Join us on Friday, where we will continue our journeys on the Shooting Kiarstar with the main role for story campaign, and join us Sunday for Witch Hunters. And if you've missed anything, catch us on YouTube. It should be up soon.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye for now. Sleep tight, and don't let the grump bite.
Grump would never bite anybody.
What if he was defending someone he was loyal to?
No, he'd run at them.
True.
Bye bye.
Bye.
We lived.